What's up, booktube? Welcome back. My name is Laura if you're new here, and today I'm letting Operation pick my TBR for June. I feel like I've been saying this every single month for the last while, but it's already June. What the fuck? But June is the best time of year, and why? Because it's Pride Month. I love Pride Month, and I like to celebrate Pride Month by reading queer books. Most of the books that I read anyways are already queer, but I will only be reading queer books throughout the entire month of June. So for last month's TBR, I did make a mistake actually. I had a prompt to read a graphic novel, and I picked the book Taking Flight by Julie Murphy, I think it was, which on Goodreads is labeled as a graphic novel. It is not. So I didn't read that one. I read a different book instead that was actually a graphic novel, and then I ended up DNFing one book, which was Cinderella is Dead. So I did read everything on my TBR minus the book that I DNF'd, so no punishment for me this month. Yay! But without further ado, let's get started with my first draw. So for draw number one, I have to pick a 5-star prediction. I did do a 5-star prediction video a while back, I'll link that down below, but I don't really feel like reading any other books on that list right now. So instead I'm going to just pick a new 5-star prediction right now. So I'm going to be reading the Tea Dragon Tapestry by Kay O'Neill. I'm so excited! This is the third and sadly final book in the Tea Dragon series, which is a middle grade graphic novel series about tea dragons and the people who care for them. Tea dragons are self-explanatory. They are little teeny tiny adorable pet dragons that grow tea leaves out of their like horns and stuff, and if they're well cared for, if they feel loved and cherished and happy, then they will produce really good tea. So people take care of them. They live for a long ass time, so it's a like lifelong commitment for these people to raise them and care for them. And the third book follows the main character from I think it was the first book. I am so looking forward to this one. These books really don't have much of a plot. They're really just character driven. They're very simple, like slice of life kind of thing. It's such pure, wholesome goodness, and I adored the first two books. I read them back to back on the same day, and I just loved them so much, so I can't wait to get to book 3. For draw number 2, I have to read a library book, and for this one I'll be reading It's Been a Pleasure, Noni Blake by Claire Christian. This one was recommended to me by somebody in my comment section at some point. I'll see if I can find it and link their channel down below. This is about a bisexual main character who has just gotten out of a 10-year relationship after realizing that she has spent her whole life pleasing other people but never herself. So she decides to go traveling around the world on this pleasure-seeking adventure to just do whatever and whoever feels good to her, and really just give herself that self-care and self-love that she's so desperately needed for a long time and has just not given to herself because she's always been so busy pleasing everybody else in her life. This book sounds so delightful. It's just about, you know, just learning to love life and making the most out of it, and making yourself a priority for one. And I love that. That's something that I personally struggle with as well, that I've been working on for a while. It's trying to just live my life for me and not for other people. So I'm looking forward to this one. Apparently it's going to be hilarious. I think it's also Australian too, and Australians have like really good like cheeky humor, so I think it'll be really fun. Draw number 3, I have to read a book that has a 3-word title. Editing Laura popping in. So I was going to read One Last Stop by McQuiston for this prompt. However, I may have gotten a arc of One Last Stop from NetGalley. Like literally 10 minutes after I filmed this, I got the email that I got approved for the arc. This was the very first arc that I've ever gotten on NetGalley. I made my account like 2 days ago, literally 2 days ago, and I got this book. So I'm already reading it. I'm already about halfway done. I just started it earlier today, so we'll not be reading that. Instead, I'm going to read Not Your Sidekick by C.B. Lee. This is a superhero villain thing. It seems really cute. Basically, it's about this girl. Her parents are superheroes. She lives in a world where superheroes are normal, or it's normal to have powers. She does not, and she ends up taking a paid internship for the town's resident supervillain, which is hilarious. And she also has a crush on one of her coworkers. I think it might be the villain, I'm not really sure, but it's queer and it sounds adorable, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Yes, I am starting a new series, even though I don't want to read series right now. I just want to finish the ones that I've already started, but what can you do? But yeah, I'm very excited to already be reading One Last Stop. It's amazing so far. I love it. Anyways, back to me from earlier today. And finally, my last straw was to read a book that was released this year. No punishment picks this month. That's exciting. I think that might be a first, so go me. But for this prompt, I'll be reading When You Get the Chance by Tom Ryan. I'm so excited for this book. Look at the cover. Oh my god. So this book is about two cousins who used to be really close, but after their parents got into a huge fight and they moved to like opposite ends of the country, they stopped talking. But their families used to meet every single year at their grandfather's cottage in Ontario. But this year their grandfather has passed away, and so the two reconnect when they both go to the cottage to go and clear it out and organize his things. And they decide to take a road trip together to Toronto for Pride, and I am so excited for this book. Obviously with COVID, I'm gonna cry right now, oh my god. Obviously with COVID, Pride has been cancelled for the last 2 years, but I miss it so desperately. Like, I could literally cry right now just even thinking about it. I love Pride so much. It is just such a wonderful time. I've only ever been to Toronto Pride, but it's just such a good time and I miss it so much. Oh god. So I'm really hoping that this book will kind of scratch that itch for me. It might make me really sad, I'm not gonna lie. I will probably have several emotional breakdowns while reading this book. I think this is going to make the good old COVID blues hit really, really hard, but I think it'll also be worth it too. So I really hope I like it. I don't normally read contemporary YA. We all know this by now. I'm not a fan of contemporaries, but like how could I pass up two people going to my favorite event in my favorite city and walking the streets that I call home when I'm not able to? So I have to read it. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also just, it's gonna hit me hard, I think. There are a couple of extra books that I'll be reading this month. Me and Roxanne over at Roxanne Can Read are doing a reading challenge together where we're reading a bunch of books together, and whoever finishes each book first gets a point, and whoever has the most points at the end gets to pick a book for the other to read. And the next book that we're reading together is They Both Die at the End by Silvera. This one sounds so fucking sad. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry so hard. So I'm not really sure how it works or like what the context is, but somehow both of the main characters know that they're going to die at the end of that day, and for some reason there's an app for that, so I'm assuming this is just a thing in their society. I'm not really sure how this works, but they both join the app and they meet through there and they spend their last day together just trying to fit a lifetime with memories into a single day before they both die. This sounds heartbreaking. I am going to sob so many times. So apparently I'm just choosing sadness this month. Alright, it fits the vibe. So wish me luck. I'm looking forward to it. I love when books can make me cry and give me that really intense emotional reaction, and this one I think is absolutely going to do that. And the last book that I'll be reading, like for sure, is whatever the Queer Joy Book Club pick is for this month. I have no idea what it'll be yet. It'll be announced either at the end of May or like early June, but they always pick really good books. So whatever it is, it's bound to be amazing. And I will of course leave them linked down below as well. And that is it. Those are all of the books I'll be reading for this month. There will most likely be a few more thrown in there if I have the time to. I'm on a reading kick currently, but who knows how long they'll last. I've been like in and out of reading slumps for the last couple of months, so hopefully this reading kick will last a little bit longer, please, or just last forever. That would also be great. But let me know what you were reading for the month of June, or if you've read any of these books, let me know your thoughts. In the meantime though, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!